All right, everybody worldwide, you're now tuned into Motivation and Confidence, where we help you do your daily best. And now I'm your host, Tom Danger. This week, we're going to talk about relationships. And in particular, I like to think of relationships in three different buckets: business relationships, friendships, and then sexual relationships. Okay. And I'm going to break this down over three separate podcasts because I think each of them have their own importance and they all have positive and negative effects on your own well-being. So I want to start at a really high altitude and say the importance of keeping toxic people out of your life. You know, those self-serving people who just leech onto you. You know, those people who, when we talk about relationships, also preface it by saying family as well. You know, because you have some people that come into your life that are self-serving, that appear to be genuine on the surface, when all along their only intention is to get what they can from you. So while they're around you, they try and patronize you and tell you all the things that you want to hear and fill your head with stuff. And you're so great, you're so nice, and you know, I really like the way you do things, the way that you keep your family together and the way you maintain yourself. When there's really an ulterior motive to either get something from you or to basically destroy what you have, because some people just don't like to see other people succeed. And you have to quickly learn how to differentiate those type of people in your life. And some of it is like chess, because while you can openly say you don't want to deal with people, there are certain people in your life that you, for whatever reason, have to constantly come in contact with. So it's more or less learning how to manage through the BS. Those people who come at you, and when they start coming at you with that, you're like, nah, not today. Let me hit you right back. I'm busy. And it doesn't matter what response you give to them, they're still going to get an attitude or feel some sort of way. You know, I like to talk about, and this will be in another podcast, having a power circle. You know, who you keep in your circle, who is your circle of influence. And a simple way to look at your relationships is basically, if you have to question, is this person good for me? Then that person pretty much doesn't need to be around you. You know, I could think of many examples where in my heart of hearts where I really want to help somebody, you know, and then in the end, you find yourself being taken advantage of for the wrong reason. Not because a person genuinely needs, but because they know that out of the kindness of your heart, they sort of lean on you, and they lean to the point to where they take advantage. And then when you snap back at them, well, why I got to be like that? Why you acting like that? Why you got attitude? Because you're getting on my nerves. You know, and I see it on different levels with family members, you know, where you have certain family members that give you their word to where they say that they're going to do something and then they don't do it. And when they don't do it, then they try to hit you with the conversation of all the things that they think you want to hear. to sort of digress and get away from their lack of fulfillment. And honestly, perfect segue, you have to be strong enough and honest enough, like we said in another podcast, to tell people no, but also to be direct with people and just say, you're not being honest with me. And because you're not being honest with me, I can't rock with you. I can't help you. Until you're willing to be truthful to yourself and do the things that you say that you were going to do, I'm not going to rock with you. And when you come around me, I want you to feel uncomfortable, because I don't want you to even think that you should be comfortable enough to come around me and throw some BS my way. Yeah, I'm going to make it uncomfortable. Because if not, people are constantly going to take advantage of you. And if our daily goal is to motivate and maintain confidence and be your daily best, there's no room for people or things that deter you from achieving that daily or are going to drain your energy. And sometimes you got to raise your voice. You got to tell people, get out your face. But if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. This is your life. When I say self-serving, they're only looking to get from you what they can from themselves so that their life can be better, so that they don't have to work as hard. See, certain people make hard work look easy because it's second by nature. You're used to working hard, while other people look for shortcuts. They're looking at you for a shortcut. When they look at you for a shortcut, cut them off real quick. You cut them short. I ain't got time for your conversation. And very importantly, you have to be careful who you sleep with too. While people are always fulfilled, most of the time, by sexual acts, that pleasure principle. That pleasure principle can be draining to you too. You could be laying with the wrong person. While you feeling some sort of physical connection that can lead to an emotional connection, when most of the time, in my opinion, it should be the opposite. It should be emotional then physical. But most people work on physical first. What you touch and feel and can see first. Then what you think about. But nah. You don't want to do that. You don't want to set yourself up like that. I don't know why the hardest thing sometimes as humans that we run from is being alone. What's wrong with being alone? What's wrong with sitting in silence or enjoying your own smile or just being happy for no other reason, just to be, so that you can attract the things in your life that you really want? Because again, those people who come around you draining, that's just another way for things to serve as a distractor to keep you off course. And then after a while, things start happening in your life and it start getting chaotic. And you're like, yo, why is this going this way? Where did this come from? It's because of them people you have around you, putting that energy around you. You got to circle yourself with that positive energy, with them good people. If you ain't got no good people around you, no good people on your team, you need a new team. And until you can find a good team, be the best you that you can be. And I think we're going to end it on that note. And this has been Motivation and Confidence, where we help you do your daily best. Like, subscribe, share the podcast, and as always, we thank you for listening. Until next week, I'm your host, Tom Danger.